Hey Allison, this is Anthony and Aaron here. We're going to go over your new workout with you today. We're going to start off kind of doing the same warm-up, so we'll just review them really quick anyway. We're starting off with the hip thrust to the bench for the Monday workout. So I'll just review that quickly, make sure we're doing them right. Nice posture here, pushing out against the band with the knees and squeezing the glutes to come up. So I think we got about 15 of those. Okay, and then our second warm-up is the external rotation on the knee there. 15 reps each way. Again, keeping a nice 90-degree angle with the arm there. Down as far as we can. Back up, nice smooth motion. Okay, very good. Familiar with those. And so then we'll move on. We're actually, our next exercise is a hip thrust again, but we're going to load it up with some weight here. Aaron's going to grab a couple of dumbbells. You can experiment with where you want to put them. Some people like them on the stomach more or right down in the crease of the hip, whatever works best for you and however your dumbbells work best for you there. Okay, so same motion here, and in fact it'd be good to have the band on the knees with this one too, but he doesn't have it on, that's okay. So nice slow motion. Squeezing the glutes to come up, okay? Very good, all right. So a little bit heavier loaded hip thrust there. Then we're gonna go to a flat dumbbell bench press. This will be on our bench here. Aaron's gonna lay down, have the dumbbells in position. He's gonna retract his shoulder blades real tight. It's tough to see on the bench, but he's not gonna let his shoulders push forward like that. He's gonna keep them pinched back on the bench. Very good, down to the chest. As he pushes up, he's going to push back towards his nose or eyes, and then as he comes down to the chest, back towards the eyes. Very important to get that motion down. You can kind of see his elbows are kind of tucked down at a 45-degree angle, similar to a push-up, but that nice smooth arc pushing back. Okay, very good. That's the dumbbell bench press. Next we have the one-legged stiff-legged deadlift or Romanian deadlift. So we did these at the two-legged version before. Now what you're going to do is, this time we're going to lift one leg off the ground. And you could do it two ways. He's going to show you the first one where you let the leg come up as you go down. Same thing with the flat back, hinging at the hips, going nice and slow on the way down. He's going to pause, fire the glute, and come up. And then you can also do, if that's a little too much for your balance, you just put your other foot behind you a little bit and let it touch on the floor. But you notice he's got like 95% of his weight on that left foot over there. So you can do whatever works best for you there, okay? So that's a one-legged, stiff-legged deadlift. Next we have an incline pec fly. So, and again, a couple notches there. That's about 45 degrees is pretty good. You can play around with the angles again a little bit, but 2 notches usually works best. We're going to come up here, so not quite like the press, but he'll start up in an extended position. His arms are going to stay pretty fixed. There can be a little bend there to take some pressure off the bicep, but he's going to open up wide there and squeeze back up. Now with this one, his shoulder blades will retract on the way down, and then on the way up they'll come apart, different from the bench press. So the shoulder blades are moving the whole time. And his arms stay fixed at that same angle the whole time. Okay, very good. Next we have our standing low cable bicep curl. So we're going to come over here to our crossover machine. Right here, whatever bar you have available will work good. Nice and tall, elbows stay back. Again, we don't have to have perfect retraction here, but we don't want to slouch the shoulders forward as we get on into the later reps, so make sure we keep them back quite a bit there. Curling up, pretty straightforward, keeping those elbows tucked back. And we went over tempos too. They're all listed there. So we'll just follow those directed tempos. Okay, that's it there for the bicep curl. Then we have a front raise on the high incline bench with the dumbbells here. So kind of another notch up probably, just so that we're got a nice little lean forward. This will keep us from cheating and really isolate the shoulders here. So nice slow squeeze to start up, about to chin level or eye level, and control down. Want to make sure we don't swing here using momentum. We want just a nice, we don't want that nice even squeeze to come up. Very good, okay. And you can also play around with the orientation of your hands too. If the palm's down doesn't feel quite right, you can do thumbs up or or try that different grip there. Okay, very good. So now we're going to go on to the Tuesday workout. This is the metabolic workout where we have our dumbbell complex. And so for this one, we're going to do the consecutive reps, kind of like we did with our last complexes, but we're mixing it up a little bit. So first off, we're gonna keep working with the clean. Hope you're getting pretty good at it. So we're going to do 5 reps of the clean. Aaron will show you there. I'll show you another one. Pretty good at the cleans. So you do 5 reps of that consecutively, and then we go right up to the push press. So from our last clean, and we use the legs to produce some momentum and explode up there. Good. So we do 5 reps of those, and then we're going to do some walking lunges. I'll show you going this direction. You can, for the first set, we'll do forward. We're just going to bounce right forward into the next step without even pausing in the middle. Good. Count 5 on each side. So he just showed you a couple each way. So find some nice lengthways room to go. And then the next set, when you do the next round, try doing some reverse lunges where you bounce right into the next step. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you can continue with the forward ones, but that'll be good to try and alternate every set doing the reverse lunges. Okay, so 5 reps of that, and then you're going to superset that with some floor calisthenics. Again, pretty similar to the last one where we could just pick mountain climbers, squat thrusts, or jumping jacks, something tough for 60 seconds and just attack it. So, and we know that pretty good. So then you'd rest and repeat those for 5 more rounds with 2 minutes of rest between the rounds. Okay, next we're going to go to the Wednesday day for our muscular development. We're going to start off with warm-up. We're going to go do some seated rows. Again, kind of the same warm-up as we had last time. So if you have your rowing machine, just review it really quickly here. Make sure we're really working on our retraction here. Focusing on a good shoulder blade pinch. Just get the traps and lats and shoulders all nice and warmed up there. Okay, very good. And then again, the second warm-up is the external rotation, which we already went over, so we'll just kind of skip that. And next we have a 1-arm dumbbell supported row. So we're going to use the bench to support our non-working arm here. And he's going to show you here to get a nice flat back, good posture, and retract as we draw the elbow back while pinching. Good, and then we'll make sure we don't want to pull the weight up towards our chest like that. Yep, so we want this nice 90-degree angle that Aaron shows us right there. And very good. Okay, next we have a high cable tricep extension. So we'll come on over here. We're going to show you a tricep extension. We did the push downs last time, so this one's a little more simple. Similar to the bicep curl, we got to keep the shoulders back, elbows tucked back, decent retraction, and extend down. Very good. That's the tricep extension. Pretty straightforward. Next, we have some seated wide grip pull downs. So we'll come over to the lat machine over here. So for wide grip, Aaron's probably got a little broader shoulders than you, but it's about 45 degrees out from your shoulder. So when he sits down, so he's kind of got 45 degrees from his head, his arm goes out. That's kind of wide grip. But again, you play around with a little of the grips. If it don't feel like you're getting great retraction, you can bring the hands in some, but we'll try the wide grip. And again, I'll show you some pull downs. We've got to focus again on pulling the shoulder blades down and back right there. So again, if you feel like you can't quite get that, just bring the hands in or try one of the grips we did before, and that'll be fine. Okay, so those are the wide grip pull downs on the lat machine. And let's see. Our last one, we have some lying dumbbell reverse flies, which we're going to do on the bench. And note says to bring it up 1 notch, which works pretty good for your arm length. Laying down here again, kind of like that front raise we did earlier, we want to make sure that we don't swing up. We're really going to squeeze out to the sides here while retracting. and we'll get especially with this one, a good pause at the top, pull those shoulder blades together, and controlled on the way down. Good. Okay, that's it for the Wednesday workout. Next we have our second metabolic workout. And again, this one's going to be with 2 dumbbells. We like a 1 dumbbell and a 2 dumbbell day. The other workout we're going to do, both of them would be two-handed. And I put a note there in the bold that says that these are non-consecutive, so we're not going to do 5 reps in a row of the same exercise. It'll be 1 of each and then repeat the full round. So we're going to start off. Our first one is a Romanian deadlift, a 2-legged one this time. So show us a Romanian deadlift. Good. And then come up slightly from the Romanian deadlift, but don't finish it. We're going to do a bent row. Good. Then we finish the Romanian deadlift coming up. Go right into a cheat curl, so we kind of use our hips to help us curl up like so. Good. We'll keep the dumbbells up there in that position. We're going to do a squat now. Very good. And we come down, bring the dumbbells to the floor. We're going to do some plank rows. Aaron's going to show you what those are. He's going to keep his hips really tucked, like with the planks, and then pulling up the dumbbells off of the floor there in a rowing motion. I'll show a couple more. So this isn't really a back exercise. It's going to be a really tough ab exercise. But again, you only do 1 per arm, and then we're going to go right into 1-legged push-ups. So we'll do 1 push-up with the left leg up, 1 push-up with the right leg up. So that's kind of the whole round. We'll show you it one more time, kind of in more fast motion. So Romanian deadlift, bent row, good, up to cheat curl, squat, good, down to plank rows, 1 and 1, and then push-ups, 1 and 1. Very good. So that's 1 round. You'll complete 5 rounds, and then again after that 5th round, you'll do 60 seconds of the calisthenics, and then you get a rest, okay? And then you do 5 of those supersets. We'll be good. Okay, so that about wraps it up for Thursday. Then Friday for our 3rd muscular development day, we're going to start off with a warm-up with the body weight squats. So we'll come over here, and we found something that works for elevating your heels, but we got a little 2x4 here. And just 15 reps, a nice tall posture, as low as you can. Getting the hips, the knees, everything nice and warmed up there. Very good. Okay. First off, we have, after our warm-ups, a single leg squat with our back leg elevated on the bench. And so you can start off, you don't need to necessarily need to have dumbbells, but just to get your feel for the lift itself. So I'll show you from the front here. He's got 1 leg down, 1 leg on the bench. You have to play around with your foot position there, but you want to be able to keep all your weight, basically 90% of your weight on that front foot there. You should be able to lift the weight off his right foot. Okay, and we'll show a few on the other leg just for good measure. And then another thing to note is in the front, when he comes down, his knee comes right over the toe there. It doesn't buckle inward. Let's show a little buckle, maybe. Yeah, like that. So we want to avoid that knee right over the toe and back up. Very good. Okay, that's a single leg squat. Then we have an anchored reverse crunch. We'll show you over here. We got kind of this weight tree we use. You can use a desk, anything that's got some weight to it, so you don't pull it towards you. But he's going to hold on to this here. Very important again with most of our ab exercises that we need to keep the low back really flat against the pad. There should be no arch there. You see he tightened his abs. No arch. Very good. So very slowly he's going to bring his knees up over his chest towards his head. Nice and slow here. You're going to make sure we have no momentum, no swing up. Let's show her a bad one, a swing. Yeah, let's see, that's just hip flexors. It's barely any abs working there. So nice and slow. Make sure when you come down, you only go as low as you can without the low back arching. So we'll just have to figure out how low you can go there. And very good. So nice slow tempo with that. I think it's a 3-1-3. So slower the better. Next, we're going to do some leg extensions. We're going to head over to our leg extension machine. With these, we're going to do 2-legged. We'll quickly review them. We did 1-legged last time, and again, we'll try to externally rotate our toes. I'll show you from the front, actually be better. So he just slightly turns out the toes, maybe 10 or 15 degrees, and then nice slow tempo up. Little pause at the top and slow down. Want to make sure we don't fling the legs up. It's bad for the knees, so slow up and down. Okay. Next, after our leg extensions, we have some calf raises. Kind of continuing them from last program, so we'll just review briefly. So it's something to hang on to here on our calf block, one-legged here. And our tempo is special here because we need to pause at the bottom, and then as we come up, we pause at the top. It's very important that you pause at the top and bottom. And you see slow down, pause, quick up, pause, slow down. Okay, very good. And then we turn right around and we're going to do some shin raises. I don't know if you can do it there. You can even, yeah, if you can do acrobatic style or just hang off the front there, it'd be fine probably. There we go. Again, working on the anterior tibialis here. Very good, nice and slow there, similar to the calf raises. Very good, okay. And for our last one here, we're going to do a kneeling high cable twist, which we got over here. So you got a handle attached to the high cable machine here, and you want something to try to pad up your knees so you're not right on the floor there. Aaron's going to grab the handles here. It's important that he's going to have his arms locked out in kind of this A-frame right here. Shouldn't bend the elbows barely at all. He keeps that locked, and he's going to twist. Try to come. I think we got a 202 tempo with this, so nice and controlled. Make sure the core is really engaged the whole time. Belly button sucked tight to the spine. And that's basically it there. So very good. Okay, so that's about it for our workouts. And I know we included a Saturday day too, where you can do some steady state aerobic work like running, and then some extra plank work if you want. So kind of the same as we did last time. So, all right, that'll about wrap us up. And if you have any questions, feel free to email Jason, and we'll be sure to answer them. All right, see you later.